It is 18:05 on Tuesday, June the 30th. Big June the 30th episode. Tomorrow is actually Canada Day. So big holiday episode I'm going to be doing tomorrow. I just had to put my phone down, by the way. Today has been an absolute ridiculous, an absolute shit show, as they say, due to the weather. I guess I'll talk about that. Welcome back to episode 77, I think it is. Yet another installment in the mac and cheese taste test. So tonight I'm going to be eating the Annie's. I'm going back to the Annie's, and we're having the Super Mac. We are having shells and real aged cheddar, and we're having the Super Mac version, which apparently has more protein and fiber. I did compare the stats of this one with the original Annie's, which I still have the box of, and they are different. There's about 7 grams of fiber in this one. There are 4 in the other one. 16 grams of protein in this one. There are 11 in the other one. And literally the only difference in the ingredients that I could find was that this one has organic pea protein. I don't know if you could read that or not. Organic pea protein. That was the only difference in the ingredients that I could find. And yes, some of the stats are different, like the fiber, the protein. This one has more potassium as well, I believe. It also has more sodium, I think. And it also has less calories for whatever reason. So that's interesting. Have I even showed it to you yet? I don't think I have. Here it is right here. The pasta actually looks, I don't know if it looks different, but it looks better than the original one. Like, it looks very plump. And really, by the way, you know, some of these, I don't know why, but like you can see the cheese mixture is sort of gathered up in the shell there, and it won't like dissolve. What's the deal? I mean, that's happened with every single mac and cheese that I've tried, but only with the only the regular cheddar versions. All the other cheese mixtures dissolve perfectly fine. Maybe it's just that because they're lighter, I don't notice them as much. I don't know, but either way. And yeah, I don't like getting a huge thing of cheese mixture when I'm eating. Like, I don't like biting into that. So now time for everyone's favorite part. By the way, update on my milk situation. Indeed, there is a situation. There's definitely a leak in my milk carton. So I left it in the fridge overnight, and I checked on it this morning because I was going to have some with my pancake, and there was milk again in the fridge, a little bit, not a lot. So it's not a bad leak, but it is leaking. And so, you know, last night before I went to sleep, I was trying to think, what am I going to do here? And I came up with an ingenious idea. I ended up buying like a couple milk bottles on Amazon last night before I went to sleep, so that I could just pour the milk into those, and hopefully it'll last for a few days and it won't get like rotten or whatever. At least it'll be sort of contained in the milk bottles instead of leaking into the fridge. And then when I go to the grocery store on Saturday, I'll just get a new milk and I'll just discard the leaking milk. And so that's what I did. Currently it's out for delivery, so I should do that tonight. By the way, it doesn't look like much pasta here. I'm assuming because the shells tend to clump together. Yeah, they feel and they look very plump. I really, really like how they look. So I have high hopes for this. So 40 seconds. I'm sweating up a storm over here. I do have my fan going. I've had it going all day, but I'm exposed over there. So let's check out what we're listening to. The fan was just blowing on me right there. I was wondering, like, do I need my windscreen on my microphone because of the fan? I don't know. But that was cohesive deterioration from February of 2024. Obviously, you recognized it, so there's no reason for me to even mention it. I'm literally the only person in the world who can distinguish between any of my songs. Not any of them, but these these noisy free jazz songs. I can distinguish between them immediately. I wonder about that. Like if someone were to just like scroll to a random part in one of these songs, would I be able to identify it immediately? It would depend, because like I'm pretty confident I will be able to, but there may be a couple, some parts in these songs where I'm like, is that from that song or is that from this song? I don't know. But I'm pretty certain that I would be able to figure that out. I would put money on it, actually. Holy man. I hate this weather so much. Like I said yesterday, this is my most hated time of year, when we get these days like this where it's just so friggin' hot. It's actually really hot. The bowl, oh my God, it's so hot. So I have to sort of do like a combination of let it cool down, but not let it cool down too much, because there's a fan blowing wind on it, blowing air on it. Blowing wind. So here it is here. The problem is, if I just put it here, it's just gonna fall over because I have my fan set at the highest setting. But I came up with an ingenious idea. I have my Kleenex box and I put a piece of tape on it. And I'll just stick this to the Kleenex box. Look at that. How smart am I? I'm like super smart and talented. Okay, so I want to eat it immediately for a couple of reasons. One of them, that I'm famished. Another, because I don't want it to get really cold. But I'm just worried that it's going to be too hot. It's not too hot. Oh yeah, this is definitely plump. You know, I'm wondering, I think it must have been that dry pea. What was it? Dry or organic pea protein. That must be what is plumping it up. Now I was wondering, did they add it to the pasta or did they add it to the cheese mixture? I assume they added it to the cheese mixture. But this pasta seems different, so I don't know what the dealio is. Oh my God, this pasta is just so good. Like, the pastas taste different. It's just so much more plump than the original one. Oh my God. This is amazing. Holy cow. Oh man. The flavor's good too, but I think yesterday's flavor, Parmesan, the butter and Parmesan, that was my favorite flavor. But this pasta is my favorite so far. What was it originally? I think it was the penne, but I think this beats the penne. Oh my God. This is so good. It is amazing. By the way, this stuff was $5.29. $5.29. For a box of mac and cheese. I remember back when I was in high school, you could go to McDonald's and get a combo for less than $5. Now you can't even buy mac and cheese for less than $5. Back in my day, oh, this is just incredible. I was not expecting this. I thought it might actually be kind of gross for some reason. Because it was like, it had the extra stuff. Maybe it might have a bad taste to it or something. But it definitely does not. Oh man. This is so good. So effing good. By the way, check out the temperature. So, where's the temperature? The temperature's over here, yeah. What's the humidity? It's 70. This is the indoor temperature. So, what is it? 30, what is it? Like 32. 32 in here, in the room here. Almost, well, I guess it is 90. Yeah, it's like 89.7 Fahrenheit. Tomorrow's supposed to be even hotter, and the day after tomorrow is supposed to be the same as tomorrow. So I got some horrible days coming up. And tonight it's supposed to be like 25 degrees Celsius overnight. So I'm gonna have to aim. You can see the fan, right? Can you see the fan? Yeah, there's a fan right there. I'm gonna have to aim the fan at my bed, which is right here. This is my bed. So hopefully I get some decent sleep. I actually got to go out for a walk today. I wasn't expecting that. I got up early and I decided to go for a walk at 8 a.m. Normally I don't even get out of bed until 9:30. But over the next few days I'm gonna have to have an early walk if I want to be able to walk. So that was nice. Went for a walk, and then when I came back I had my breakfast, and then I laid in bed for like 90 minutes and I listened to music. That's what I normally do. Then this afternoon I tried to lay in bed for like another there's a bug over there I'm looking at. I tried to lie in bed. Give me a second, I just want to kill that bug. I tried to lie in bed for like as long as possible because I didn't get to have my afternoon walk. It's a huge ant. I don't want that thing crawling around inside. What was I saying? Yeah, because I didn't want to sorry, this is horrible commentary. Because I didn't get to go on my afternoon walk, and so I needed something to pass the time, so I just tried laying in bed and listening to music again. Oh. My arm has been killing me today. Really bothering me. My gum is fine now, and my leg is fine, but now it's my arm. It seems like this, whatever's wrong with me, it just keeps changing locations. It like needs to feed off of damaging me. Yeah, I have to eat this real fast. It's starting to get a little cool. Oh man. Yeah, my arm and my hand really bothered me. Oh man, that was amazing. That was so good. I am super impressed with the Super Mac. Now, what was it worth? Oh shit. I got some dripping water, condensation on my table here. Man, I hate this weather so much. I'm just wiping up all the water. It's sort of encroaching. I have a CD player right there. I haven't used it in a while, but I have it. I do when I do use it, I hook it up to my computer. Right now, it's just sitting there, but the water pool was sort of encroaching over into CD player territory, DVD player territory. I think it's also a Blu-ray player. I have a whole bunch of TV series on DVD. So what was I watching last? Last I was watching Star Trek Voyager. Before that I was watching Star Trek Next Generation. That must have been a few months ago because I haven't been watching that in a while. Yeah, several months ago. Anyway, this was incredible, absolutely incredible. Was it worth $5.29? Honestly, I don't think I can justify that. It was really good though. Yeah, if I were to make like pasta myself with like my usual pasta with the red sauce, the orecchiette or the tubetti, I should say, tubini or not tubini? That is the question. It would be cheaper than this, and it would require the exact same effort pretty much. So, but this was a nice treat, and I'm honestly surprised that it tasted so good, considering I've had the original one and I didn't think it would be that different, you know, besides some gimmicky more protein and more fiber business on the cover here that would, for Annie's, try to justify charging like almost $1 extra for this. However, there was a noticeable improvement in the taste and in the pasta and the taste of the pasta. So I mean, I guess it is warranted. So good job, Annie's. You are high maintenance, but I want to try to make a sex joke. She really performs. Annie really performs in bed. I hope Annie is like an adult. Or is Annie a bunny? Is Annie the bunny? Am I making a bestiality joke and I don't even know it? That would be inappropriate. By the way, it says bunny of approval right here. And then in French, what does it say? It's so small. Oh yeah. I had to remember what, because it's so small it's hard to read. And I had to remember what rabbit was in French. It says lapin, Lapin is rabbit in French. Lapin d'approbation. Approbation. I wouldn't have thought that that's what approval was in French, but there you have it. So, of course, I'm going to be finishing off that decadent chocolate cake by Elise Tweets. I've been looking forward to that all day. That cake, that was a shocker yesterday as well, how good that was, and shocking also in the fact that I was able to eat that entire. Once again, I'm doing a math joke. The whole half of the cake. So the whole day has been leading up to this. But before I get into that, I'm going to show you something real quick. So I've been complaining about the weather. However, this weather has brought along with it some potential for some long distance television reception. So, and I have already received some of that reception. So I'm going to show you a little thing on my phone here. Just give me a second. I know this is not interesting at all, but I'll show you how interesting it is. If I can do it quickly, I can do it quickly. Okay, so let's do the signal location map. Here we go. Okay, so here, I'm going to have to get up to the camera here. Yeah, so this is me. Can I do it like this? I think I can. Can you read this? I think you sort of can. If I put it away like this. Yeah, so this is me right there-ish. That's not exactly where I am, but... And I'm picking up TV channels from right here. This is from Toronto. Yeah, so right here, you can see it says Toronto there. This is actually from the CN Tower. And if you can make this out right down there, that's actually a baseball diamond. That's the Sky Dome, or what used to be known as the Sky Dome. I think it's the Rogers Center now, but that's my TV channels from Toronto. These ones are from Hamilton. You can see Hamilton right there. And then I also get a couple from here's one from Woodstock. This is really interesting, I know, but and then from Kitchener, this one right here, from Kitchener. And, however, I did get one from Cleveland a couple hours ago, so that's really interesting. WQHS from Cleveland. If this is like really blurry, this is going to be so stupid. Anyway, this is what I'm trying to show you. I picked up WPTO from Cincinnati, Ohio, so that's really exciting. Haven't picked that up, I don't think, for over a year, so that I was really happy to pick that up. And hopefully, like you can see how far, it's 385 miles away from me, by the way. So you can see I'm like way up here. And then the TV channel is like way down here. So that's 385 miles. And there's potential for over the next few days for more activity. So I really hope that happens. Okay, so I apologize for that brief delay in the action, but I was really excited to see that, to pick that up. So let's get the cake. I'm gonna have to eat the cake really fast because it's so hot, the cake might just like melt. So I have to try and do this quickly, if at all possible. So I have my cutlery, I have my plate. I think I'll bring this over first. I'm not gonna have any milk. I did put milk in my in my mac and cheese though. You know, I had a thought, you know, maybe instead of like if my milk did get bad, I smelled it before I put it in and it still smells fine. So, and I just ate it and I don't feel bad. I didn't feel bad yesterday, but you know, maybe I could just use water instead and I'll use 2 little chunks of butter. Normally I use 1 chunk of butter. Maybe I'll use 2 chunks of butter plus a little bit of water. I bet that would still taste pretty good, but, or I could postpone the mac and cheese taste test, but obviously I'm not doing that. Come on, I'm addicted. I'm addicted. Yeah, by the way, yeah, so I've got to get the cake. By the way, I did take out another cake out of the freezer, and it's one I haven't eaten before, so that's going to be for tomorrow. I'm going to have half of that tomorrow. Looking forward to that. That'll be a good one too. Okay. So here she is. Elise Tweets. Elite Sweets. This is the decadent chocolate cake. Alrighty. There's still the stuff on the top there that I really should probably try and eat. Oh man, that's good. Okay, so let's try and do this quickly, right? I said we have to do it quickly, so let's do it quickly. Okay, let's put it on the spatula. Good. It's a nice shot. It's a beautiful shot, actually. Beautiful shot. Beautiful. This is a huge chunk of cake as well. Now, I did mention yesterday that this was like the smaller half, but it's still quite large. Still half of a cake. Okay, I guess I'll just do that. Can I? No, I'll bring this. So I'll bring this back in the kitchen. I'll do it quickly. Okay, so let's try to pound this cake. Oh. All right, so let's have a nice close-up. Look at that. That looks just absolutely beautiful. And there's the other half of the ball, the chocolate ball, the hollow chocolate ball. Okay, so let's try and eat this then. Try. I didn't have any problems yesterday. Oh man. Yeah, this is good. I want to try to find that Milky Way cake by Elite Sweets. Oh. This is my favorite part of the song, but I'm not going to get out of my chair. Worth it. Oh my God. Okay, let's eat this half of a ball, a chocolate ball, hollow chocolate ball. I'm just gonna have a quick drink of water here. Oh. Making pretty good progress over here. Yeah, so I think it's going to fall over soon. Still hasn't. Whew. Okay, so before I do finish it, I just want to see how much I ate. So this cake was 700 grams, and I ate it in 2 days. Well, not yet, but... So we'll do 300 grams to pounds. Okay, this is kind of ridiculous. So half of this cake is 0.772 pounds. Excuse me? 0.772 pounds. I'm just looking at my TV channels. Don't mind me. So I think that's a little excessive there. That's over 3/4 of a pound per piece. I didn't even need my knife. Oh, maybe I do. I did need my knife. I spoke too soon. All right, well, another cake down. How many is that I've eaten? Some ridiculous. We're definitely in the double digits now. I wonder if it's easier for me to eat. This is what I was wondering. because that's a lot. That piece is really big. 350 grams of cake is a lot. But I was able to eat it like no problem, really, both times. And I'm just wondering, is it because I'm also not drinking milk at the same time? Because I think usually I guess not anymore as much, but I would have a glass of milk there. I would take a sip after every bite. At least in the beginning, that's what I was doing. So that's a lot of extra milk as well. So maybe that can sort of play into it. I don't know. So let's try to do a cake count, a full cake count. So the La Rocca brownie chocolate cheesecake, I've had one of the 8-inch diameter ones, and I've had 3 of the 6-inch diameter ones. So that's been, my favorite cake. I've said how I feel about that cake. Amazing cake. So now the Longo's chocolate mousse cake, I think I've had 2 of them. I'm pretty sure I had 2 of them on the video series. And then this one, the Elite Sweets Decadent Chocolate Cake. Okay. Trying to think of any smaller cakes. I mean, there's the Farm Boy Diner Desserts cake that I had a few days ago. I mean, that's a cake. It was small, so I don't think that really counts as a cake. Yeah, I'm not going to count that. That was more of a sort of a dessert type thing. And then we have all of the La Rocca cakes, such as I had the chocolate fudge cake, La Rocca chocolate fudge cake. I had the chocolate truffle royale cake. I had the chocolate truffle mousse cake. What else have I had La Rocca cake wise? I had the banana chocolate cake. And then I had the Baker Street red velvet cheesecake. And then is that all of them? So that would be 12 if that's all of them. So that's kind of a lot. And I still want to try to find 2 more. I think my stuff just got delivered, by the way. Yeah, some guy's just speeding off right now. Yeah, I still want to get the Oreo cheesecake. Apparently on their website, it's not called the Oreo cheesecake. It's called the cookies and cream cheesecake. I also want to get the cookie dough cake. And I want to get the banana chocolate cake again because of how good it was. So, plenty of stuff to do. Or at least we're sub 40 minutes. So tomorrow, I'm going to be having Super Mac again, but this time I'm going to be having the white cheddar version. Really looking forward to that, especially now after this. I don't know, I sort of think, like the feeling I'm getting, the vibe I'm getting is this was just a one-off. How good this was just sort of something weird was going on in the world today that made it taste real good. I don't know why. But hopefully tomorrow's the white cheddar one tastes just as good as this, because this was absolutely incredible. The question is though, is this my favorite one? Or is my favorite one still yesterday's butter and Parmesan one? Oh, it's so hard to choose. Today's had the better pasta, but I think this is what I said. Today's had the better pasta. Yesterday's had the better flavor. This flavor was still good though, don't get me wrong. So how would I pick my favorite out of those 2? We have to keep the video under 40 minutes. Yeah, I don't know, but... And going to be debuting a new cake tomorrow. It's another Longo's cake. So really looking, so it'll taste good. Anyway, wish me luck sleeping tonight, and I'll see you tomorrow.